I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite
podcast
on the Citadel.
Welcome to Andromenerds, the #1 Mass Effect podcast on the internet.
In the world.
That was a delay.
See, I did it for you because you took.
Can we say can we just expand that to in the galaxy?
In the entire universe.
In the galaxy.
In the time continuum.
Ever.
My name is Minius of Minius GC, and with me are my co-hosts, Tucker from Mass Effect Follower.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Dude, this burger put me in a good mood.
All right, well, maybe we should do that more often.
Maybe you should make food for the podcast more often.
Minius
Well,
isn't
whoa.
happy with Tucker already. Tell them why you're not happy.
No, I'm happy now.
You were.
I was like, if
Tucker broke
that's
his record for upsetting
Well-
Minius, and it was before we even started.
He made up for it. Well, we have a scheduled starting time, which, by the way, we never hit.
Mm-hmm.
But just as we're starting, he's like, "Hold on, I'm cooking a burger." We're like, dude, we got to start. And then apparently the burger gave him a lot of energy, and he had his first excitable intro ever.
First zesty
So
intro.
yeah, we're gonna cook more burgers more often. I'm gonna eat a burger if that's how that works. We got more co-hosts, by the way. The one and only BioFan.
Hey everyone, BioFan here. Apparently, according to fan art, I am biotically zesty.
That's a solid go. I think I would take that easily.
You're a lemon?
What?
That's what you mean, right?
But
No, do you remember that art that Bobito did?
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't understand it because I think it was a joke from before I joined the podcast.
Oh yeah, it was before you came on. It was like I think Anima, our co-host for the first 3 episodes, good friend of the podcast, she was like, so why do they call you BioFan? And then we had this joke because I do Bioware stuff, so BioFan, but then I also study biology, being pre-med and a writing major. So she's like, oh, and then Zesty got thrown in there somewhere.
it's a multiple inside jokes in one cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah. This is our longest introduction to introduce our co-hosts ever, because we have one more. AbilityDrain. What's up?
I know. Look, I'm still here. Can't fucking get rid of me.
You should introduce her as not a
Mystic
fucking mind
Knight,
reader,
yeah.
AbilityDrain.
By the way, Andromenerds posts every week, Mondays, noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 at night in the UK. If you want to contribute to this show with a question or topic suggestion, email us at andromenerds@gmail.com. So this is right after the Game Awards. It's going to come out a little bit later. But we got an extremely
yes.
lengthy gameplay trailer.
Dude, the
Wow.
gameplay trailer and then the
Wow.
multiplayer
It was-
beta trailer was awesome.
Wow.
The
Wait, there was a multiplayer
What?
beta trailer?
Yeah, it came out yesterday. It was about a minute 30 seconds.
They what?
Yeah, it showed
absolute-
a little bit of gameplay in the release day of the beta.
What?
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
yeah, I was going to say,
Go
Such an
die
arsehole.
in a hole, Tucker.
well, I was on the road. There's too much stuff happening. Okay, this is...
I've been watching everything, and I was like, how did I miss
You started
that?
off on my shit list, then you redeemed yourself, and now you're all the way back.
I was thinking about that in the car earlier today, though. I
You're
wanted
like,
to do
ooh,
that.
how can I upset Minius? Oh, I'm gonna make a hamburger, and then bullshit about multiplayer.
I bet you didn't even make a hamburger. That was just for your benefit.
no, I did.
You deserve a shame burger.
I will take a
Bad
picture.
man.
It's a phantom hamburger. It's a phantom hamburger.
I will say, while we're giving Tucker his usual dose of shit that he deserves, I will say that there was
I know.
quite an update
was
recently
shocked.
that we announced over
That's
Twitter.
a big feat.
Tucker left the hinterlands in Dragon Age.
congratulations.
Whoa.
That
I am
Not with me.
amazed.
and my channel hit 25,000 yesterday.
Which one's more
I'm
important? Come on,
still more amazed by the hinterlands one.
come on. Which one's more important? The hinterlands.
Okay.
The hinterlands.
So
My that tweet got 100-something likes and whatnot. It was big news.
That's a a little bit.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's a little bit sad.
Okay, we've covered.
Oh, and I put a picture in chat. I am eating a burger.
I'm giving up
Okay,
the
well-
live here.
Okay,
Yeah.
he has proved the burger eating. Okay.
I love this podcast.
You're gonna make me cry.
I love how sideways it goes. I know it annoys some people, but I absolutely love that. So the Game Awards gameplay trailer, which had all kinds of stuff. I want to get at least one subject, maybe two, from each of you on either what was your favorite thing that we saw, what's the thing that you're most interested in, maybe even something that you're a little bit nervous about. But there's tons of stuff to talk about. So who wants to go first?
Can I go first with a theory that I've had?
Absolutely.
So, I noticed during the trailer that we still haven't seen Cora or Liam's face, and I thought, maybe we would.
Oh yeah, you told me this. It's
I
good.
thought maybe we'd finally see them, and they're just humans, so you'd kind of think they'd be the first people that you'd kind of reveal, right? But it's not. So I have a theory that maybe, like Miranda from Mass Effect 2 and 3, the voice actors. Not only are they voicing them, but they're using their faces, and that's why we haven't seen them yet. Especially if the voice actors in question are quite well known, because it's a big surprise then. And if they showed us the face, then we'd know who was voicing them. So I think it's a surprise.
Yeah, because why continuously show them, but cover up their
With
faces?
the,
Maybe
helmets
one
on.
or two times, yeah, but the 50 bazillion times we've seen Liam and Cora now,
and
it's ridiculous.
Exactly. And you'd think that the more interesting looking characters like Vetra, the female Turian, or PB, you think they would be the characters that you'd show last because they're very, very distinct looking, whereas humans, humans, we know what they look like. So that's my theory anyway.
And I agree with it. I think it's a good theory.
I think that's very
She told me
interesting.
the other day, and I was like,
On the topic of theories, you remember the part of the gameplay trailer when they were showing the scanner,
Yeah.
the scanning thing?
yeah.
There's a theory that the person that you're talking to, it sounds like it could be a Quarian.
I like his voice.
Named
I've
Reyes?
decided. Yeah, Reyes.
Yeah.
I've decided it's Antonio Banderas because I
A
can't
Quarian-
figure out what the
a Quarian
accent
named
is.
Reyes? Wouldn't you
Well-
want a Quarian name?
You mean Sam, the
Well,
one
yeah.
that sounds technological-ish for the
No, not when you're in
You
the
know
hub.
when you're scanning and there's a dead
You mean- but
Krogan and you're
You mean
following
Reyes,
the
though. Like the
footsteps.
dude's name is Reyes.
Reyes.
Yeah.
There's multiple voices.
Okay, right.
Is
Right.
the
Reyes the
BioFan.
Quarian. By the way, I
So-
want to see fan art of Reyes the Quarian.
So, right.
Hey, I mean, there's a sorry named PB.
Right. You know when
I mean, there's
you get to the part of the trailer and you've got Ryder and he's doing an investigation into a murder and you're scanning around and there are some bloody footprints on the floor and Ryder's talking to someone over some sort of comms or whatever and she says something like, Reyes, what details have you got, blah, 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 I can't quite remember. And then he's like, oh yeah, and then he gives you some details and tells you to, continue to look. That part. You're going into like a little building.
The thing is, though, when she's talking with people over the comm, there's multiple male voices.
Yeah, no, the first one is Sam. That sounds like an AI. And that's as she goes
Yeah.
just before to see Sloane Kelly. But then later
And then
on,
there's one.
Reyes.
There's one that sounds Latin,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then there's like
Latin
another
sounding one that's like
The
that
Latin
I think
one you're
is
talking about,
Antonio
Reyes, yeah.
Banderas until I'm proved otherwise. Do you know? That's a joke in my latest video that I'm doing. So I was like, okay, I'll get a really good picture of Antonio Banderas to add in. So I typed in Antonio Banderas topless or shirtless, and I got a full frontal picture of his knob. I got a full eyeful of it, and I was like,
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I can't put that in my video, but I feel like I know you intimately now. I'm not complaining, but it was a
with-
thing.
Wow, we went from
that-
Quarian to Antonio Banderas' knob.
I know.
Welcome to Andromenerds!
with that woman
So, Minius,
being
what was
named
your
Sloane.
Oh, no.
There are so
Sloane
many
Kelly.
now. I'm getting so many of the names mixed up now with Mass Effect and Halo. Like the arcs, there's the arc in Halo and arc in Mass Effect. There's Sloane Kelly and Governor Sloane in Halo. And this is all that stuff. I get them. I was writing
think-
about it. Sloane, like Sloane Kelly, and then somehow ended up writing about the governor from Halo 5.
I
Partway
think
through.
Sloane Kelly's voiced by the same voice actress as Vivian from Dragon Age.
Yeah,
I
Indira
think
Varma.
it's,
I can
in
hear it too.
Varma, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I met
Yeah,
Vivian.
it sounds exactly like her.
Oh, you met Vivian?
What?
Yeah, I met her.
Finally.
Oh, he met her in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
She's cool.
This update is so pathetic. Like, oh, I met Vivian. I was thinking, like, wait, do you mean you met the voice actor? No, you met the character. Finally, that game came out in 2014.
As in, like, she was in Game of Thrones.
Okay. Tucker's like 4 billion years behind all the rest of us. Minius, what was your favorite part?
Well, I mean, the one takeaway thing that I want to talk about, which actually might be the most insightful, is you notice they're going into a full-on like hub world, which has a bunch of Milky Way aliens and a couple of the new aliens interacting. It looks like that's been set up for a while. Like how long would it take to set up a setting like that, where you're actually interacting with new aliens friendly, and you have established crime lords, and you have all that stuff? So what's the timetable on this thing? It might be a bit longer than I thought.
Well, it's been going since...
Yeah, we don't know if there's time jumps or if, like...
Do you mean in game, or do you mean in development of the game?
I mean in the game. So I kind of assume that you would get to Andromeda, you would wake up, or maybe not assume, it's something that I would like. You would get to Andromeda, you would wake up, and you would go. But it doesn't look like that's the case.
The Nexus gets there early.
I think that might be the answer.
Did the
I think
developers
the Nexus gets
ever
there significantly early.
Did the developers ever say that it is like you start the game from when you wake up?
Well, Aaron Flynn always said, like, you get to Andromeda, you wake up. And that was kind of the impression that that's how the game starts, which might very well be how it starts.
How else would you start the game other than waking up?
Yeah, it's probably a
asleep?
cutscene.
Obviously.
There you are going through space, and then boom, you've woken up.
That's some unnecessary snark.
What did he say? I missed that.
Don't worry about it. But, I mean, I'm thinking about maybe the human arc. You see, it's a journey of, 2.5 million light years, 600 years in actual time. Maybe the human arc shows up late because the Nexus... Well, the Nexus has a bunch of different people on
doesn't
it.
Our arc get separated from where we're supposed to be going, doesn't it?
We go to Habitat 7, and there's something up with Habitat 7 that cuts off our connection with the Nexus and the rest of the arcs, so that could explain it.
Which could easily fit in with being late. It's just that there's even a mercenary band with one of the... I don't know. We need a name for the new alien race, the kind of blue thing.
I got one. I named them.
Do you know what I think? I know why we were late. We were late because Tucker was the one that was driving the fucking thing.
We were late because humans oh, I want a hamburger.
Yeah, it's like,
but we gotta.
I'll get going, but I need a hamburger first.
We got to schedule time.
Grill me some cheese.
I named the mercenary group in my video analysis because their banner's blue and they have blue armor, so I call them the Blue Man Group.
I was thinking more. What about the alien, like the blue floppy alien,
like the purple one?
Bunny
They're
ears.
The blue one, and then there was
the
blue and purple.
Bluey
yeah.
one.
Well, I can't work out if that's the same species because the blue one in the settlement area was kind of bulky, and then the purple one kind of looks like handsome Squidward and is like much slimmer. Maybe that's the female version, but
who's Squilliam?
Squilliam.
Well, the point is that they got a mercenary pirate band that's already got aliens working with them, like new Andromeda aliens. So some time has to happen.
I think they're probably the Angara.
Maybe.
That's for those who didn't check it out. They're the new race, one of the new races.
I mean, if they have a new race working for them, maybe it could be just a very fragile, like they don't have a strong military or anything like that, and so the first few people to roll in and like actually threaten them, all right, yep, we'll join your side. We're good. You're pointing guns at us. We're on your side.
Yeah, like,
well, you still have a language barrier and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm thinking that they were probably less, not super advanced. And if you look at the market and you look at everyone that's in the market, the majority is the Milky Way races. There's a few of that specific bluey, purpley ones. So maybe we showed up and they were less advanced, and so they joined up with us. I'm thinking that's probably what it is.
In terms of trading technology?
Did you see the one that looks like it has an apple seed for a head? It looks like Admiral Akbar.
Oh, that one is a Turian.
Are you sure? Because it's got a giant brown head, and I was like, what is that?
It's a helmet.
That's a helmet.
I've looked at it. If you look at the back, if you look at behind its neck, it has the hump that a Turian has. And its hip bone shape is the same as a Turian, and its leg shape is similar to a Turian.
It's got a Turian body, and then it's got Solarian skinny legs, and it's got a head like Admiral Akbar. And I was like,
they made the male Turian legs skinnier in the new engine. I think if you look at the Turian that's in the scene with Sloane, and then also if you look at its hip bones, the Turian male hip bones are kind of like a ball shape sort of thing. And it has the same hip bones.
Although the legs of
it has the back little
the legs of the new aliens are kind
of
Quarian Turian legs.
They've got 3 toes, haven't they?
Yeah.
It looks like they have toes. Yeah, I couldn't quite get like a definite look at the feet.
I got a decent screenshot.
But yeah, the one AbilityDrain's referring to that was in the back of the market, that's a male
No,
Turian.
it's Admiral Akbar.
I think the new aliens that we got the most of look adorable.
I like them. They
They're
look.
like, oh, like I want to scratch him under his chin.
They remind me of the Zora from Legend of Zelda a little bit because they got the little flappy like ear things and kind of cute.
Anyway, that was my biggest takeaway, is that it kind of gives impression of the timetable a little bit. Unless it doesn't. Unless they just... It doesn't make any sense to me for everyone to just like jump in and like 4 days later they got a thriving market with a crime lord and different aliens talking to each other. That's weird.
Well, there's only one kind of new alien in that market.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
It's probably
how
about
quickly...
quarter or half of the way in, I suppose. If the Nexus did
Yeah,
arrive
and you also have
early.
to consider Ryder was a Pathfinder in that following scene with Sloane, so you're not super in the beginning.
Well, I got that.
You know-
I'm just saying, like, how long would it take for you to play hacky sack with aliens in Times Square? Look, it'd take a little bit of time.
Because I mean, you'd imagine that in Andromeda they've had their
It'd be
own,
like ridiculously
You know
friendly.
how like in the Milky Way, all the races had, a lot of them had already met and made peace and were trading and stuff with each other before the humans arrived. Well, I suppose in Andromeda it's the same sort of thing. All the local Andromeda races have probably all met before. So these humans turn up from a completely new race, and some of the aliens are probably going to be friendlier than others. So some are going to be like, "Hey, welcome," and others are going to be like, "Fuck off, go back to your own Milky Way galaxy, you bastards." You know?
Well, I think
So
that
you
setup would take time. All the things in it, the organized market, the crime, the fact there's a crime lord, mercenary bands with new Milky Way aliens. The impression is that it's not going to be super quick and go.
One thing they could do is narrative time jumps. Like you accomplish a major point in the story, and then the story moves like a year or two forward, or
Which
something.
is just as insightful, yeah. So there's
Yeah.
something going on time-wise because, that's
There's
the
something
interesting
there.
thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's something going on somewhere in that narrative. Yeah.
Well, you think maybe they're going to do it like Dragon Age 2, where it jumped forward a couple of years or whatever.
Maybe not that whole entire
It's all
decade
Varric
that Dragon
stories.
Age 2 did.
That's what it is.
But
It's another Varric story.
my favorite part, and this is kind of a two-parter, but they're related. So the first thing is Ryder's ponytail moves,
Yeah,
and
hair
that's
physics.
awesome because
Hair physics.
good quality hair, yo.
You've got a hair
then-
announcement, haven't you? Like,
I do. I have a very happy realization about the
Go on.
hair. So when they showed the armor pieces and whatnot with the helmet, that helmet design that they have on like almost everybody, when the glass part is transparent, it automatically gives the characters a buzz cut.
I noticed that.
So all the characters we've seen wearing it so far that have looked like they've had buzz cuts may not actually have buzz cuts, which I am very happy about because they may have good hair. And if they may have good hair, there may be good hair in the character creator, which is what BioFan really wants.
you know what? Something else I noticed. In the combat HUD, there are two little buttons, little icons. One looks like
Yeah,
female.
for the peoples.
One looks like female rider. It's probably Cora, and the other one, which is
Yeah.
Liam, because he's in the scene and you see him running around, so that's obviously Liam. He has little goggles on, and I was like, I wonder if that's actually
Yeah,
part
I
of his
noticed he
model.
has kind
The
of
glasses goggles.
spiky hair
Yeah.
and then goggles. Hold on, let me find the image of what I've been thinking it looks like. Let me find it.
It reminds me of one of the characters out of the Final Fantasy games, where he's got these little goggles on his head and these little spiky hair. But he was a cop, isn't he? Or was a cop.
Yeah, he was a cop.
So, most cops,
from
when you
Earth.
think of a cool cop, they've usually got sunglasses
Goggles
on their
on?
head. Sunglasses on their
sunglasses,
head.
okay.
So maybe they're sunglasses. They might have goggles, I don't know.
But yeah, it looks like he has spiky hair and then either some kind of goggle or glasses or something as a hair accessory.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but early on in the trailer, there's this scene where Ryder says something about this doesn't look like home or whatever, and in the background Liam just does this shrug, like it's cool, it's chill, doesn't matter. I'm just like, oh, that's so cool, because if he's just laid back and this cool guy that they're sort of suggesting from his description, then it seems that the animations, that the body language kind of matches to suit, and that's quite cool.
The face animations were a bit off.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that.
But they've said they're
Yeah,
still working
it's
Oh
on
yeah,
still
they
those.
said they're still
early.
working on them, but it was still kind of weird.
There was one bit where Ryder pulls the gun on the Turian guy, and she's just got this happy face, and I was like, okay, that's a bit jarring.
Yeah, no,
I'm like, you're happy to disarm?
I'm happy to
Okay.
point this gun in your face.
And the thing is, like, it's fine that she's happy.
Probably
Maybe
is.
she could be like snarky and kind of like, I just did that. But her smile just
Yeah, and as a
seemed
rookie, you'd think she'd be a
weird.
bit more like tense about it or something. The facial, this bleh, I can't talk.
She looks
Yeah.
like she's just opened
Yeah,
a
the
Christmas
facial
present.
expression just didn't work with the scene. Is just what I'm kind of trying to point out here.
Yeah, they might have to work on that a little bit, which goes into that. Also, that Turian, quite pathetic for giving up the gun that easily.
Yeah, that was.
She was like, oh, sorry, didn't think you'd actually fight back.
It looked like she slapped it out of his hand. Like, oh no.
It wasn't even a quick
The
takeaway.
Blue Man Group has got some issues with their grunts,
like-
apparently.
Oh, how'd she get the gun? Is
like,
it because
oh,
I held it
shit.
loosely? I mean, like,
I don't know how to actually use this thing. It's just a prop.
It's,
He's probably,
I thought
oh yeah, he's a
Turian's-
thespian. He's just an actor. And he's like, oh,
He's just an
I don't
actor?
know how
He's
to
Like, I
fight.
just point this at people, and then they do things I want.
I love that voice. That's really good. Do it again.
I just point this gun at people, and then they, like, do things that I want.
So, speaking of gameplay things,
That's the voice I use for my, like, ex-roommate.
wow, that might have been an interesting abode.
It was horrible.
So there was a lot of combat, and we haven't talked about that yet. I really liked how quickly you could move in that. Like,
I like
now,
the-
of course. I mean,
Sorry, go
you
ahead.
were playing as you had biotic charge for the length of it, so
And that
obviously
shield.
you're going to move around fast. But even without it, even the like the jumping, hovering, dodging kind of movement, heavily reliant on abilities because those guns didn't look like they did a whole bunch of damage.
I like the
that's
shield.
I think that's excellent. Yeah.
That was just like
I did-
the shield effect. I was like, that's going to be handy, trying to get from one enemy to the other, rather than sitting behind cover waiting for the bastard to pop up. I can just run over there.
I do like how mobile you are, how just mobile you are moving around, but with some of the fighting, the kill animations that the Space Bear had and the gigantic mech, I wonder if every single enemy will have like a melee kill animation on you.
That would be cool. I mean,
Well,
as long as
I mean,
it doesn't
it-
happen all the time, because if you kept getting stuck in a cutscene like that, it would get a bit annoying.
Well, I mean, if your health is down and you run up to him trying to smack him,
Well, yeah, there's
Well,
that too.
you think that the Banshee in Mass Effect 3 had that, and
the assassin did.
yeah, so that's not completely new.
No,
Yeah,
but
Good
like,
to see it though.
yeah, maybe if the Ket had like 2 or 3 kind of melee kill animations or just something like that, just so
I
it's
like-
not.
I like how in the fight against the Space Bear, the character's like dodging all over the place and dodging all over the place, and then it just stops to make sure that it can get eaten. Just
Oh, yeah.
for the case of like just to show, look, you can get eaten.
Well, yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
like hopping
obviously-
all over the place, like, oh man, that character's untouchable, and then it just like walks right up and
like,
stops
go
and gets
then.
mauled.
I'll give
I
you a
don't know
chance.
if you realize how often I've heard when I've talked to developers about them filming stuff for presentations like that, they say we review it multiple times, storyboards, and then we film it over and over and over, and then we actually film it a few times to get it all right. And it's like, they could be just walking and they accidentally pressed the left stick a little too much, and they kind of plopped over to the side like,
Yeah.
restart.
Oh, they ran a little bit. Whoops, yeah.
I mean, they.
Yep.
I got the impression of that, but that was just amusing as hell.
I didn't notice that. I'll have to go back and have a look.
Yeah,
I
just
love-
kept on
What-
cracking up about it.
What do you think that move is, where you sort of you shoot forward really quick, but then you disappear and reappear and kind of punch a person with your gun or your arm? It's so quick.
Looks
it's
like you had
kinda
a
hard to-
sword.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't quite work out what that would be called, and I'm
Well,
trying
with
to sort
the
of
with the
describe how
biotics,
you
they
say.
have like their little, especially in the multiplayer, little like teleports that
Yeah.
are kind of like shifts, and that looks like that's what that was.
Yeah, and then
Which also brings up the question: since you play as a kind of biotic Vanguard type character, is the movement for all the characters going to be like that, or do you need to be biotic to move
you
like
can
that?
you can mix and match. So maybe that was just specific.
Yeah,
to
you can mix
Biotic.
and match
Yeah.
abilities. You can be biotic
Yeah.
and tech and whatnot.
I mean,
Like,
they said
it's
that
very
there's no
freeform.
classes. right? There's no soldier
Well,
class.
there's bonuses. If there's bonuses, like kind of specializations, if you get far enough in a certain tree. Like if you have enough biotics, you can be dubbed like an adept or a vanguard and get bonuses, which I'm guessing is just basically a specialization tree, maybe like in Dragon Age Inquisition.
But when you start out, it's like you are a rookie. You aren't
you just kind
a
of pick and
soldier,
choose
vanguard,
what you want.
adept. You aren't that.
You get like a few different. You get to pick like a few abilities, versus later in the game you get to pick like I'll take these 10 and those 5.
And you can mix and match and test them all out apparently because it's supposed to. They've done it that way so you don't have to keep playing multiple playthroughs to try out the different classes. Well, I mean, I personally like doing that, but, you know, it's up to them. I'm not that bothered.
Well, the thing that made me curious about that is there's like a 3-second clip where one of the characters puts up his own mobile cover and then flamethrowers people. And that was kind of cool. That looks like a lot more of a standing tank type of character than the flashy Vanguard. So it's very possible that these characters, depending on what you spec, they're gonna play wildly different, which is awesome.
Oh, do you mean on the flamethrower? Don't you mean like the little like assault drone they throws out?
No,
that does the flamethrower?
no,
it's
it's a very brief clip. Your character puts up a tech wall, kind of like tech armor, except it's standing there and then pops up and then shoots a flamethrower out of his arm.
Yeah,
which
it's almost like Boba Fett from Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's incredibly brief.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
That kind of implies that that's more of a stand in.
Now I see. It's the red tech wall, right?
Yeah, it's exactly like the holographic armor that you use on the.
Okay, because later on you have an assault drone thing that does a flamethrower. So
the point is look at all the different ways you can play. And that was just in there, so I'm extremely interested to get my hand on it.
The biotic moves, they seem much more roguey. They're much faster. You're sort of speeding around all over the place. I really like that.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's a lot of replayability in here. So different varieties of gameplay, a huge plus.
And I also like that because I'll pick a class, like I'll pick soldier and I'll go around, but I really wish I could just do like this one biotic thing. And now you can.
Now you can. So you really could just make the ultimate fighter, couldn't you? Just pick all the best or most favourite moves of the list that you like, and then just create this absolute badass that kicks the shit out of everybody.
I mean, it makes it more unique to you.
Yeah, I think maybe they're definitely putting more emphasis on making Ryder unique to you, and they've kind of incorporated, from the looks of it, combat into that as well. So it really is a case of Ryder being your character that you're pretty much building from the ground up. Even with the conversation, the dialogue wheel, you've got 5 tones. I think the 5th one is action.
There's heart, head, and like 2 more. I think one's like professional. And, I need to memorize these. And then there's the narrative action where you do interrupt.
Yeah, sort of disrupt.
Where you take that
Turian,
pathetic Turian and Jack is
Yeah.
Like, whoa, how'd that happen? I held this gun out loosely. How'd I lose it? Whoa!
Oh no!
I just point this gun at people, and then they do the things that I want them to.
So, what else was very interesting about this trailer? Because it's so packed full of stuff. I really like the visual aesthetic.
There was one scene. Sorry, go ahead. I feel like I'm taking over this podcast today. I'm really
take it over. Take it over.
No, it's cool. Go ahead.
Take it.
Take
okay,
it.
well,
Like
I was just thinking, like, I like the way.
Mako.
It's not a Mako. It's a Nomad.
Nomad.
Jeez, Tucker.
Oh my god!
Second time I made that mistake.
God!
You don't even like the fucking
Get with the
Mass Effect
times,
franchise.
man.
Get the fuck out!
Wait, way to get over that. It's a Mako. I wonder if they called it the Nomad just so it's not called the Mako.
I wish it was called the Mako.
I wonder if they were calling it the Mako earlier because they hadn't decided on a name. Maybe I'm thinking that's what it was.
I still like Mako better.
We didn't get a whole lot of that though.
No, but just because
they said
in
Mako several times.
They brought in developers from Criterion to help with the Nomad.
They also brought in that guy, I forget his name, that designed all sorts of different things. Like he designed the motorcycles for Tron Legacy and things like that. Like they brought him in for feedback and stuff like that. And they also worked with people from Need for Speed to create the Nomad as
To
well.
make sure
so
it
they had a
handles
lot
as
of
you would
input from a lot of
expect, yeah.
experts.
Yeah, but I mean,
to
like
create the Nomad.
Criterion, they make Need for Speed, and they were brought on.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, the
to-
thing is, the Nomad is a vehicle, and obviously they don't want it to be like the Mako, because that was pretty shocking, even though I thought it was great. And, they want to make sure that the vehicle handles as you would expect on different terrain and under different weather conditions and things like that. So it makes sense to bring in developers from companies that develop racing games and things like that, because, who else is going to know more than someone that develops car games, except for getting in someone that, drives cars or makes cars in real life. Then maybe they did that too, I don't know.
And also just how fluid it was moving. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but on the top left, you can scan to see how much is in the area.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They're if it's resource rich or weak and stuff.
I think the cool thing, we didn't get to see it, but the Mako appeared also to have a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a jump and a
jetpack
boost.
booster
So
thing.
jump and a boost. That's
It's been confirmed.
confirmed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Matt
Which,
Walters.
I mean,
wasn't
the
it?
Mako in the first Mass Effect had a jump.
That was a great jump,
Yeah,
by
a jump
the
that
way.
would go so high you'd leave the atmosphere.
And I feel like that
But
was...
it has like a jump and then like a hyperdrive kind of function.
But I feel like the jump was put into Mass Effect 1 just because of how much you could get stuck.
It was
in
probably just a
areas.
glitch. They
Literally,
kept it in.
the best thing about Mass Effect 1, when you're like roaming around the planets, was, okay, I'm here. I need to go over there. I can easily go around this mountain.
Just drive
I'm
up
going up
it.
this mountain.
I was like going up the mountain and then like hitting the jets and just flying off the
Flying
side
off.
of it back.
Yeah.
I had so much fun doing that.
But it's like the horses in Skyrim. It's like, I know I can go around this. It'll take like 5 minutes to just go around. I'm climbing up this. It will take me 3 times as long, but I'm climbing up this.
Like when you had to get into the facility, and I think it's who was it? Tally tells you to go around the long way, and it's like, nah, and you just jump over the top of the wall and onto the guests that were inside and just run them over.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Hilarious.
I know. I
Much
love
quicker.
running over Geth. That's my favorite pastime in Mass
The
Effect
way,
1.
the way they just fly off.
I remember I threw one of those like big. What were the big ones called? Not the not the
Goliath
Geth
ones?
but like
They do something
like
that.
yeah, like the really big ones. Like I remember one time I like drove, hit the side of it, and it like flew into the lava. I was
They're
like,
so graceful
yeah.
when they fly off, though.
Although, I mean, the first time I played Mass Effect, the Mako also led to the reason why I stopped playing Mass Effect was I was doing the Mars mission first time I was playing it, going through, and I accidentally used the jump, and I went into the lava, and I realized the game didn't autosave, so I was all the way
no.
kind of like a decent amount of time into the Mars game, no autosave, went all the way back to the beginning of that mission. I was like, nope. I put the game down for like a few months and came back, went, all right, let's do this.
Just remember to save. You need to just be OCD.
Oh yeah, I remember
with
to
it.
save after that because I was like, why did I stop playing this? And I was just driving through. I'm like,
Oh, I
save,
remember,
like,
yeah.
save.
So I love the aesthetic of it. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun looking around. There's some little things that might need buffering out, but I thought it was a great showing.
Oh yeah, this is I think my favorite trailer so far.
I hope so, because the rest of them were not very long.
No.
Like they could have stopped at like 2 minutes, and it still would have been my favorite trailer so far. It was amazing, and then we got more, and I was like,
There
oh
was
my
a
God.
very short scene that I found quite interesting, and it was between, I think you pointed this out actually, BioFan, and it was between Liam and Ryder in a little rocky area, and it looks like something was going on there.
Yeah, because like their body language to me,
Like, you
it's
got-
really short,
yeah.
but their like body language to me looks like there's like a little something going on over there in that little rocky nook over there.
I've slowed that
Are you
down.
saying there's
to try
sexual
and-
attraction in a Mass Effect game?
Shocking, isn't it? I'm going to boycott
What?
Oh, I never would insinuate that.
it. No dicks in space in my
Yeah,
games, thank you very much. But no, I've slowed it down to try and see what's going on. You don't see anything. Like, I thought maybe because you see his arm go up, and I thought, is he
I
touching
don't
her
know. It's
arm,
just
or-
their body language in there seems like
Yeah.
they're up to something,
I mean-
and it looks like they're coming off from like an embrace or something.
maybe
You
it was
know,
like a heartfelt
Like a-
moment where they were having a bonding
yeah,
moment.
like they hug, and then this is the part where
They're
like
starting-
they're
yeah,
leaving the
or they're
hug,
starting
but
to
they
fall
cut
for
it
each
so you don't
other.
really see the hug leaving.
You know, like
and then
you have
it
your
looks...
heart-to-hearts in game, and then the protagonist gets their chance to say something sweet to flirt a little bit and to sort of let them know that they're interested. I think it might be one of those moments. Like, don't worry, you're great. I think you're wonderful. Let me touch your arm. Yeah, you know, I think it was one of those.
Well, we do know that the prologue is Ryder and Liam on Habitat 7. They fall to Habitat 7 and they try and make their way to shelter through like cat alien people attacking them. And so maybe, like, I don't know, since it's just you and Liam, like, in a cave and whatnot, you maybe, I don't know, get to, I don't know,
That would probably be a bit
cave.
too quick, because you usually can't
yeah,
flirt.
you're like-
That is kind of quick, but, like...
Like, I've just come out of cryostasis, but you're hot and I'm going to try my luck. Yeah, no. First time, right, when you're in a combat situation. Not that ever stopped Alistair. He declared his love in the middle of a broodmother corpse, so, you know.
Where are you from? The Milky Way? I'm from the Milky Way. We got so much in common. Let's get this working.
Well, bang, okay?
All right, anything else you guys want to mention before I bring the mood down a little bit?
How awesome Drak Investors
Oh, yeah!
look. Yeah.
So cool. I love Drak's
Vetra
little...
has-
He's got, like, little pointy, fawny
Like,
things.
thingies
And he
that
looks
that
like a
take the
little
place of
beard.
facial
Yeah,
hair.
he looks like a little beard.
Yeah.
He's got like a goatee
like
made
how-
of bone.
I feel like if he was a human, he'd be like a big dreadlocked guy, like with like this massive beard or something. Awesome.
Vetra kind of, like, she has that kind of holographic thing over her eyes, which makes me think, like, she maybe has some, like, tech knowledge. But then, like, her outfit looks kind of stealthy to me, so maybe she's, like, an infiltrator
She looks
person.
like a cat. I think she's cute.
I think I would
supposed to look like
lose
birds,
every
aren't
fight
they?
with a. I think I'd lose every fight with a Quarian female. They look like they can go.
Oh, I reckon
like-
so.
Yeah,
They seem scrappy.
scrappy. Yeah,
I wonder if they're going to run
Flexibility.
with the... Yeah. Well, she had reach, so, you know. I think, or I'd like to hope, that they're going to run with the calibration joke and it'll just be a thing that Turians really like doing. You know, like how cats are compelled...
No,
have a
I want
compulsion
them to be
sit in
like,
a
hey,
box."
Vetra, can you calibrate this?
Fuck
And she
off,
just
yeah.
looks at them go, nah,
No.
not my thing.
But I like the idea. You know how cats are just drawn to sit in boxes? I like to think that Turians are drawn to calibrate everything.
So one thing I noticed about Vetra, or I should say about her personal quest, is that we're, like, getting colonists to, like, a safe location, but then we're going through this place called a menagerie, and I looked up what a menagerie was, and it's kind of like a zoo.
You didn't know what a
Like,
menagerie
animals
was?
are on display. I didn't know.
For a second, I
It's
thought
a
you said
zoo,
menage a
apparently.
trois. I was like,
Well, I mean, that
BioFan.
could be a thing. It's a Bioware game.
I mean, I don't know. But it's like a zoo kind of place. So I don't know if she's very into, like, animals and beasts and, like, taking care of them. Or, like, what? She's maybe an animal lover. I don't know. But that's just something I
or
noticed.
maybe they
She's
just go to
vegan.
these planets and kidnap all these animals and put them in a spot. Like,
I
oh, we got
really-
a space
I really
bear
like
zoo
this
now.
space elephant. I want to keep it as a pet.
Or I guess colonists, if you're rescuing colonists, you could put them in cages, and a menagerie has cages.
tickle
So, I mean...
It could be
oh,
like
also, that space bear seemed a lot bulkier and just like, it seemed more rocky.
Do you know what it looked like? to
it
me?
had like rock on
Like a
his
red...
It looked like,
like
a Krogan on
he-
steroids.
Oh, and we know the actual official name of space bears. They're called fiends.
We're not saying
No,
it on the podcast out of protest. We're
No.
not saying it
They're
on the
not
podcast out of
fiends.
protest.
Not fiends.
They're not. Nope. It's
Space
not.
bear.
It's not its proper name, Tucker. It's not
Okay,
the
it's
name
nickname.
that it deserves.
Space Bear Krogroid.
Are we gonna say that the fiend is the nickname?
Yeah. But the fiend is its surname.
All right.
It is a space bear.
The artist
Just to
once referred
clarify.
to as fiend.
Yeah, you're a fiend.
It is the artist formerly known
Artist
as
formerly known as. I don't know. I was trying to go somewhere
The
with
enemy
that.
formerly known as fiend.
I
Yeah.
don't- Okay, so I was kind of talking, and then I was like feeling the blanket that's on the bed that I'm on. And I was like, "Holy crap! I forgot how comfortable that was mid talking."
What?
I got distracted.
You are so distractable. You've been sitting on that
really
for like a half an hour.
Ooh,
You just noticed
soft.
it. You're like, whoa.
Have you been
So
smoking something?
No, I don't.
What's in that
He ate a
hamburger,
burger.
Tucker?
Yeah.
What's in that hamburger?
Cocaine burger.
So last week on the show, we talked about release dates.
Oh yeah,
in a very fun segment. Do you guys want to actually have a conversation on that?
Yeah, I'm annoyed.
Oh, before we
Minius
do,
is wrong.
BioFan stole the 11th of April. I was like, oh, I'll go 11th of April. I can't because
before we do, do you guys see the book announcement? I sent that to you guys.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Quickly,
I haven't read it yet. What?
The
A lot of
book
people
that they...
the Nexus Uprising novel that Titan Books has been teasing for a while now. It says it's going to come out like spring 2017. I think it's definitely going to come out before the game because that's what they do with every single Bioware game is they put out a book like a month or two before the game.
Well, yeah, I think the Uprising could be kind of a setup for what happened because
why Sloane Kelly's now not on the initiative and things.
Yeah, it will tell us about the Blue Man Group.
The Blue Man Group.
I mean, Sloane, she was head of security on the Nexus, and now it looks like she's a gang leader.
No, she's clearly not.
What happened?
There was obviously a conflict of interest or some sort of power struggle.
Yeah, well, some kind of civil war.
Who knows? Yeah, maybe.
I'm guessing in that time where the Nexus got to Andromeda early and was building the other half of the Nexus, or I should say like other 2/3 of the Nexus, maybe there was some kind of conflict that went on and Sloane Kelly and some other people went rogue. I don't know.
Yeah. And I think I think that, the book's going to come out before the game, like a few weeks.
The book always comes out before the game. There's always one. There's even with Mass Effect 1, all the way back then. It's been since Mass Effect 1, maybe even before.
It's always to set the scene between games so you can get a rough idea of what's going on. I wonder how soon they actually arrived before all the arcs, though. Because if you've got to build the rest of it, you're going to need a fair amount of time.
Well, theoretically, you'd want as many ships there at the same time to defend yourselves. But...
yeah, I don't know why the Nexus is getting there early. I don't know why, actually, why the Nexus is getting there early.
Well, they have to set up security and stuff so that the arcs can land safely.
You'd want, like, everyone there
maybe
at
it's
once.
to set up, like, a safe location. That way, if, like, for example, the Nexus shows up, gets immediately wiped out or something. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And don't we want to talk about the Arc and Nexus overview thing?
Let's save that for next episode.
I haven't even started dissecting that just yet.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't even started dissecting that. Let's save that for
later.
I know what I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
The release date that I brought up like 5 minutes ago. So we all set our release dates. How confident are you guys in your release date? You knew the one you picked.
I'm not because I just picked it
because you didn't get the one you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whatever. I mean, afterwards I realised that I said 24th of March. If I'd have gone 26th, that's Sally Ride's birthday, and that could have been a thing since Ryder is named after Sally Ride.
Yeah, someone in the comments sent that, and I was like, oh.
If I'd have realised that when I said it, I'd have been like, oh, that would have been good. But I can't change it now because it's been recorded, so no crown for me.
Although you got a pretty big range of dates near yours, you don't have to hit it exactly. You just have to be the closest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I might win then.
So me and Tucker are like pretty close to each other, so it's kind of neck and neck there. Versus you and Minius, in terms of like blanket odds, I guess, have that. Though Minius is the only one that's not in spring.
Yeah, Minius is I
don't believe it's coming out in spring.
It probably will be summer, knowing our luck. I mean, not that I'm bothered to take as long as you need, but...
Yeah, I mean, the longer the better. It's better for the game and also better for my business.
Yeah, because it's time to actually make the videos.
Spring, if it was going to be spring, they would say so. All year, the delays were like a little short. I think May's a good chance, but I think there's a reasonable chance it gets pushed significantly.
Oh,
but
are you done with the?
No, I'm done.
Okay, so something we should point out. I think BioFan would like to talk about this one himself, is something else the Game Informer article got wrong. Go for it, BioFan.
Those bastards.
Wait, what did they get wrong?
You've forgotten? We had this discussion the other day about the...
Yeah, we did, but which one of the things did they get wrong are you referring to?
About the romances. Go on, let it out.
Oh, you mean IGN?
Oh, sorry, did I say Game Informer?
Yeah, you said Game Informer.
I meant IGN, I'm sorry.
Those bastards.
Okay, well, IGN falsely reported that the romances would be player sexual, and for people that don't know what player sexual means, it means that all of the romances are into your character just because it's your character, and they don't actually have like their own expressed sexuality and whatnot. But the thing about that is that, ironically, they contradicted not only what all the other developer interviews have said, they also contradicted what their previous interviews about romances have said by saying that, because they even were the ones to come out with the big news about it, about like all the effort that's been put into the romances, how they're organic and more natural and more like realistic and whatnot. But I find it hilarious that they messed up and said that it was player sexual. It was a blatant mistake. It was hilarious. By the way, all of the romances, for those that don't know, each romance will kind of have like their own sexuality, so it will differ depending if you play as the male writer sibling or the female writer sibling on who you can romance, depending on which genders they're sexually attracted
And
to.
apparently...
And there are bisexual romances that no matter who you play as, you can romance.
I want to know if there's going to be
there's
some Captain Planet sex scenes.
Oh, that would be fun. Captain Planet. I'd romance Captain Planet. Apparently, we do meet someone on a random planet that's not on our crew that we can romance.
Yeah, Mac Walters' favorite romance option in the game is just some person that you... I assume they're not just some person. They're probably some really important person. But they're a person that you meet on a planet that you can have a romance with. So, that's cool.
Sloane Kelly.
She's scary. She'd get the old whips and chains out. I'd romance her.
She's got bad judging character.
She chose
She
that
chose that
Turian.
Turian, yeah.
Her
You're like,
body-
Your henchmen suck. I can't romance you.
He's like,
You're weak.
so you want to know something really interesting that happened to me while I was in line for PSX?
Yeah.
So I got my Andromenerds t-shirt on, and some dude walks by and he's like, all right, nice t-shirt, and turns around and walks off.
Is that it?
Do you think he knew
I think
what it was?
think he thought it was something else. Because it was like, if you're listening to the show, there's one Andromenerds t-shirt right now in the world. It's mine. You can say hi. It's weird if you'd like that. I was like, oh, wow. More of an interesting thing that the t-shirt must look that awesome, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's good. People obviously like it.
Yeah. So good job. Thanks, Anima.
We're still in...
Had nothing to do with us.
For the people that I'm sure are going to attack our comments section about this, we're still discussing actually selling t-shirts.
In fact, I think that actually might be set by the time this comes out. So check the comment section.
What are you going to do with the money?
Oh, well.
We're
Is it blackjack and hookers? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Not necessarily in that order.
I'm good with either, I'm sure.
Yeah, and then the other thing, so I ended up going to the Game Awards, which you guys were kind of jealous about. I don't think you should be.
I wasn't jealous. I was like, you go, man. You
yeah,
do
you're
you.
like,
cool.
That's awesome.
I'm
Maybe I was
glad
a
I
little bit
went
jealous.
once. I'm glad I went once, but I don't think you need to go. It was such a bizarre experience.
I want
mean,
to
it was
go.
cool 'cause-
Don't tell me what I can do. Rude.
do what you want.
Do you, boo?
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I got to bump into BioWare people and get interviews, which was cool. But the event itself,
Did you get like a proper interview, or did you just like do that one that you put up where you bumped into them outside?
oh yeah, that was it was a bump.
That's
the best I could do.
like
Okay,
the bit
so-
where there was this rap group on stage and they were singing about a bag of dicks, and I was like, this is nice.
Well,
I
I mean,
can dig
that's
it.
what that was my point. The thing was so weird. It was like halfway in between a super formal event and a gamer event, and then they threw out weird concerts in the middle, and it was at a weird
Well, the
facility.
the Doom one, obviously that made sense because that was the soundtrack to Doom.
Yeah,
I don't
The other
understand.
ones-
I don't understand what the Razor guy was about.
I was kind of confused on like they had two YouTubers that gave away awards. One actually does gaming stuff. The other
forgotten who the other one is.
iJustine doesn't do really anything gaming. I'm like, there are plenty of hot gamer YouTuber women that you could have chosen, but okay.
What?
I don't know what you
Maybe
were
she was the
doing.
cheapest. That was harsh. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant,
Whoa.
some.
She was the least
Well, yeah, you
expensive
know what I
to
mean.
get.
You know,
fired.
when you're
Hey,
hiring people, some people are more expensive than others. I didn't mean cheap as in, she's just sleeping her way around or anything. Not like that.
But I was kind of like, this is the video game awards. What is she?
Well, she
yeah,
does
and they
do
wouldn't
she does do
kind of
video
like-
games, though. I mean, whether or not she enjoys them is a moot point. She still covers.
Oh,
the
she
topic.
does do them because you told me that she didn't.
No, she
Okay.
does. She used to. I don't know if she still does now. She used to do something for iPhone. I think that's how her channel started. She was dancing around outside an Apple shop or something, and then she started doing games. I don't know if she still does. She used to. She wasn't very good, but that's
But
neither
she's
here nor there.
she.
She's enjoying it. It don't matter.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks to Aaron Flynn and Mike Gamble. But not a thanks to the people at the facility who wouldn't let me bring my selfie stick in. You guys suck.
Bastard.
They actually they pretended like it was a fancy concert, so you couldn't bring in laptops or extra recording equipment or tablets
But you can take
or
your
a
phone.
selfie stick. But you
Why
can take your
didn't
phone.
you hide your selfie stick up your arm?
Well, they're not going to
Stick
take
it up
your
sleeve.
phone away.
No one's gonna know.
I mean, I
Or down your
could, but there was
pants.
a metal
No one's
detector.
gonna know. Get a
It was a
plastic
metal
one.
detector.
You get a
though.
plastic one. You stick it down your trousers.
so
no
I
one's
should
gonna know.
prepared for the fact that I couldn't take in my selfie stick.
Yeah. Well,
and
I've
gotten like
got to
a
go to
ceramic
Boston,
one.
and I bought a
I don't-
bra that has no metal in the underwire, so that I don't have to take my bra off going through the scanner. I am prepared. That's what I'm saying. Is that
I've
you should
never
be
had that problem
prepared
before.
For every.
That's not a problem I
Well, you've probably got
typically
really
worry
small
about.
tits. You know, I mean, if you're an A
That's-
cup,
yeah.
you don't need underwire. Jeez. Some of us are
Yeah.
well endowed.
I can't say I am.
Your moves are subpar, is what you're, what you're suggesting there.
Yeah. Anyway,
Poor
it
thing.
was interesting. It might have been better to. I'm glad I went, but I don't know if you need to go in the future. It was a very weird. I love
I'd go
like
for the
the different video
experience.
game things. It was worth going to. It was. I love gamer get-togethers because they're full of gamers with all their
yeah.
electronic equipments, and they look like they just got off the couch and went to a game conference. And it was such a weird hybrid event that it was kind of.
seemed
It was
awkward.
interesting, but it was kind of, I don't know.
It seemed a bit awkward. Like everyone felt a bit cringy doing what
was-
they were doing.
It was very awkward. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it
what my
was-
parents were worried about when I went to college. They thought I was going to be very socially awkward, as I usually was. But at my college, it's all people all there about video games and everything.
And you found
It's
beer, and it
amazing.
was fine. Alcohol.
Yeah, I don't.
Insta
I'm
confidence.
kind of boring when it comes to that. I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. Don't
But
smoke.
you
don't
eat
Stick
drink.
with
wacky
burgers.
hamburgers. Wacky
I
hamburgers
make
with
some
all
really
kinds of
good
weird
burgers,
stuff.
though. But
Whoa.
Hash
Whoa,
burgers.
this blanket is so
Whoa.
soft. Whoa. Whoa.
who needs that when you got burgers?
Hash burgers.
I think we're going to be talking about this stuff for a while, but I'm assuming we got some questions, right? So, is there anything I should know?
About what?
You have unread messages at your private terminal.
AbilityDrain, do you actually know what we're doing there?
No, I don't, because no one ever
Okay.
explains it. And whenever I ask, you say, "Don't worry."
Just don't worry. All right, first question.
All you have to do is listen.
Let's not tell
All you have
her.
to do
Let's
is listen to
not
the
tell her.
podcast once.
It's
but yeah,
just so fun.
yeah. What do we got?
All right, so first question is Dylan Alexander, and he asks, so we've learned that classes are now going to be profiles depending on what powers you choose and when upgrading your character. Do you think that you'll be able to choose your profile that your squad mates get, or will every squad mate have a set profile?
I don't know what he means by profile, but your squad mates will have more specified branches of abilities. Like you'll have like an adept squad mate, or you'll have like a techie squad mate.
Is that confirmed
Like they'll
somewhere?
have more specific.
Is it?
Yeah, that is.
Oh,
It's
Okay,
confirmed.
I mean that would be my
that
would be my obvious
They'll
assumption.
have more
right? Yeah.
specific. They'll have more specific. Like this person will be the techie person, or this person is the soldier. But you yourself can be kind. You can mix it all up and be kind of
think
what
he's
you
What if
kind of
Drak is the
asking-
infiltrator?
Drak, maybe. I was thinking
He's
maybe...
like a Krogan infiltrator. He's like trying to hide behind stuff.
Bang! Drak.
He's
It's
like
not
hiding
working.
behind me, he's peering around the corner, like,
Or he's really light on his feet, and he's just like, what? Just tiptoeing.
the most graceful Krogan there ever
maybe he
was.
was like a dancer before he
Drak.
joined the... That'd be fun.
Drak
So
the
I
dancing
think-
Krogan.
I think the question that the guy is trying to ask is, will it be like Dragon Age Inquisition, where you can pick the specialities? Specialities? What the fuck am I talking about?
Specialization.
That's it. The specializations for your companions. You know, like you could then. I don't think you will in Mass Effect. I think because they're very into the companions being their own unique selves. I think they'll kind of they've got their set specializations.
I don't
and
think you
that'll
could
be
pick
it.
their specialization, but I think that within all of their abilities, you can have options. Because that's always been the case. Like, you can choose, like, oh, I want PB to go, like, this route with her abilities. Oh, I don't want her to be defensive. I want her to be more offensive. Like, things
I
like
think
that.
it'll be
yeah,
pretty
but
basic.
it'll be done at a set tree.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like,
Yeah,
you can have
a
anything.
set tree, probably way less options. It'll be pretty basic.
than Rider, but still options within the trees.
You kind of don't want all the characters to be able to do everything because
Then you're
you
gonna-
want to be
you'll
able
win
to
all the-
use them in different situations.
And it would make combat too easy, wouldn't it? If you had them all
Yeah,
souped
that and
up.
also their personalities are probably intertwined
Yeah.
with whatever their like specialization is, you know, or their background or something probably relates to what they are in combat, you know.
Yeah, like, you know, mind you, if Liam was a cop, you'd expect him to be more soldier orientated. But I saw him pulling out.
He's also kind of buff.
Yeah,
so
but I
you
saw
never
him
know.
pulling some sweet biotic moves in the background. So
I get a biotic cop,
RoboCop.
Biotic cop.
but that sounds
Coming
like a
to
TV series,
TBS
doesn't it?
this summer.
Yeah, that would be a really
Biotic
good
Cop.
80s series. I'd watch the shit out of that.
Liam's on the beat.
You know,
with
that
his
sounds like
biotic-
a future Andromenerds.
And it has to be played by a young Johnny Depp.
Get some awesome music going for that. Oh yeah, wait, isn't that music stuff coming out? It'll be out the weekend
Oh,
before
yeah,
this
it'll be
podcast
out.
comes out.
Music stuff, what?
Yeah, it's supposed. Yeah, that there's this like music event. Do you want me to pull it up and tell you about it, or do you want me to just?
Yeah, may as well. So pretty
Okay,
much there's
I'll
going
pull
to be
it
a
up.
concert with Mass Effect Andromeda music.
Oh, right, I
It's
didn't know about
being
that.
shown in Montreal.
Oh, no, wait, I did hear about
Yeah,
that.
and it's
'cause I
going to be on
subbed
like
'cause
the
it wasn't
8th
in
or the
London.
9th, I think. So we should have
yeah,
the music
9th
by
or,
then.
9th or 10th, 8th or 9th, yeah.
Yeah, so if they're playing it at the concert, I assume they'll release it publicly
So
somewhere.
it's not just like the music from the previous trilogy then?
No, it's the new stuff.
Oh, wow.
It's Andromeda music.
Oh, that's not
Although
fun. I
they-
wanna go.
Of music, in the mail today,
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
I saw
the
your
Mass
tweet.
Effect vinyl.
Cool.
Wait,
Oh, okay, here we go.
Tucker.
So
hold
the
on,
main-
hold on. I got to stop him. Tucker, you said that 2 weeks ago on the podcast.
Did I?
So you
Yeah.
should
I
listen.
said I ordered it.
He said he ordered it. He didn't say it arrived.
I swear you
in
said I
his
got
defense.
it. Okay, maybe you said I got
I
it as
just
in
put
you
pictures
bought
up
He
it.
and
said he
everything.
got it as in he
Okay,
bought it.
all right. I was thinking like Tucker. That's not breaking news anymore. That happened 2 weeks ago.
No.
Okay,
and
so-
what is pretty cool is all the vinyls are different colors. So Mass Effect 1 is black, Mass Effect 2 is white, Mass Effect 3 is red, and
Oh,
the
it wasn't red,
bonus
blue, and green
additional
then.
soundtrack is the
missed
bonus soundtrack
opportunity.
is like orange. Which is sad. I wish there was like blue and green and red. And like
I
That
kind
would
of
be a
don't.
way to
but
troll people, wouldn't it?
having
It's like,
a white vinyl, I think is pretty cool.
And have the third one be green. But so in my news update script that I'm currently it's in production. So it's going to be played at the Video Game Musical Odyssey on December 9th. I think there's a later date as well, but the first one's December 9th. So I assume, let me see what day of the week that is.
Friday.
The 9th. The 9th is a Friday, so maybe they'll release music, I don't know, sometime this week.
That's all right. I can
that
use
we're
it
recording.
in my new video.
Please
The gaming
be able to
award.
talk over it.
New music to add to background of my
So
videos.
there was
Yeah.
a really cool, and I think it might be somewhere in the soundtrack. But you know the Galaxy Map song.
Yeah, that's the one I use all the time because you can talk
There
over
was
it
a
super
somewhat
easily.
like the version they were playing at the Game Awards was tweaked.
Really?
I swear it was tweaked. Like the first minute or so they played it, it was standard, and then it was like somewhat of like a
And then the
remix.
bass
I'm
dropped?
wondering, like, man,
Yeah, I'm
is that
sure they
Andromeda
remixed
stuff?
it. I think the beginning was Andromeda, like in the very beginning where Mac is talking, and there's like that pretty space shot. I think it was maybe like
I'm
the map
no,
theme
no, no,
or
no.
something
I'm
from the
talking
game.
about this is like, as people are taking their seats.
At the
Oh.
awards, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is something that we wouldn't know that
Yeah,
you know.
this is.
go
I'm like, oh,
start
what
over.
is that? Like, huh? And I couldn't. I'm gonna have to listen to everything again. I just
Mm-hmm.
remembered it right now. So I've got so much stuff to go through. I will pull it up and see if I actually have a scoop. I don't think I have. Unlike my secret IP scoop, which is huge.
Which is not called Secret IP.
What?
I laughed.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Secret IP is not called secret. But
I
kind of a
laughed.
huge
I was like,
one.
wish
oh, yeah,
it
we
was
can
called
confirm
Secret
that.
IP. It could be like some sort of
see, the
detective
thing is,
game.
Yeah.
Secret
That's what I
IP.
was
thing
hoping
is-
for.
When they can't say anything, if like that's because they can't just broadly pick something. If you pick something like that, or you could get somewhat more tactful with it. But if you pick something like that they're like, oh, well, yeah, I guess I can say that, then they can talk. But you have to be like super
Yeah, that's.
like tactful with it.
I want them to make a game called A New IP.
That's what I was hoping. That's
want-
why I was hoping it was secret IP.
Maybe,
No,
oh,
but
they make,
I want
oh,
it to be
got
like I want a game to be called A New IP. So whenever people are like, "Oh, this company is working on a new IP,"
It's a Bioware RPG about working at a video game company, and you make choices on how the game is made, and in
so
the end, you
meta.
find out how it does based on your choices. And there's romance options within the office. Oh
Hey,
my
BioFan, guess
god,
what?
they're doing it.
That game actually exists already.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah? It's called Game
Are
Dev
there
Tycoon.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a game where you
well, Bioware would do it better.
it's a
They'd be
game where you
redundant.
choose what kind of game you want to create, and then you choose what platform you want it to be on, and then it's like based on the choices you make, how much do you want to go into aesthetic? How much do you want to go into story writing? And you have to balance your time and work on all of that. And then when your game is released, you get money based on how well you connected everything.
Huh.
I doubt any
And then you
game
can
developer
expand
would
your-
want to touch that with a 10-foot pole because they do that
Yeah.
every day.
It would be interesting
And
to
then
see how
you
well
can
they
expand that with the more money your place is making. You can hire other people and start working on multiple games and consoles and everything like that.
do. So it's like
Wasn't that the
SimCity.
game that had like a pirate version online that was intentionally put up by the game developers that
Yeah.
like crashed the game, and like
No,
if
no,
you
no, it
pirated
was-
it fucked with them like seriously.
No, what it was is if you pirated that game, when you put out a game, you kept losing money in sales, and it says people keep pirating your game, so your company isn't making money.
That's right. It's so good.
That's clever.
All right, so I
Oh,
just
yeah.
derailed us much worse than Tucker is. We have more questions.
Oh yeah, Rune. Okay, so this question it is a short one, but I picked this one because of the last name. Rune Fergelberg.
Fergelberg!
Is it because you could pronounce it? That's why you picked it.
No, it's so fun to say.
Fergelberg. I love it.
This person, it's an interesting question. Would you like to see the Ralloy make an appearance in Andromeda?
No,
No.
I get asked this quite a bit. No, let's get new aliens
No.
in there. We never.
Well, no,
It's like new
remember
stuff.
how they said on the Nexus, there's going to be a thing for every single race? Do you think the Ralloy will be on there?
No.
If they had to make a physical model, that would take a long time for there
It's a
only ever to be
hologram.
one. As a,
Here's a problem.
it'd take a lot of effort.
Imagine
to
how much it would suck if one of the actual cool aliens from the Milky Way didn't get to go because you had a stupid bird alien in there instead.
No,
that we
not
never
as
saw.
like no. I'm meaning.
no.
I'm sure he was meaning as a squad mate, but I'm meaning like in the
in
Nexus
general.
how they have the hologram room
that would
has
still take
every
a lot of
single-
effort, though.
No, forget the. I mean, it's the effort. Like, I'd rather see them go into a new Andromeda. I prefer an Andromeda race, another one, over that like every day of the week. I
It
don't need
wouldn't
that.
take.
No,
it wouldn't
he's
take up
not
that
meaning
much
as a
time.
squad mate. He's meaning just to see it as a hologram in that museum part of the Nexus.
Oh yeah.
just
sure.
that individual.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Eh.
take much time.
I think the numbers
like-
are
I
kicking
think
in.
it would
Little
take more
hologram,
time
have
than
it-
you think because there's all this like artist stuff
No, what-
behind the scenes they have to do, and then there would be like 10
Yeah.
meetings about it before it got put in. I would prefer they spend their time other places.
I'm not that bothered.
That's
It's
the
a
correct
hologram.
answer, by
Who
the
cares?
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
Next question.
All right, the last one is Mata. And this person asks, in regards of the Ket, do you believe this is the name of the species, example like the Asari or Turians, or that the name of the species as well as a galactic empire, like the Protheans?
I think it's just the race.
I think it's the
wow.
the species.
I mean, it could be.
It actually
Like,
could
if
be
they,
either.
They started taking over other races and like, right, you're now a
Yeah,
cat. Fuck
cat.
you. Then yeah, I suppose it
Yeah,
depends how much
kinda
how
like the
much of an
Protheans.
arsehole the race is in general. I
think maybe the answer is no because they just did that with the Protheans.
Yeah, that's a good point. It would be
That
a
might
bit
be
repetitive.
the answer. As far as a logic standpoint, it could go either way. But
Well, I mean, they did that with the Protheans, but
I mean-
we didn't have any interaction
true,
with it.
we didn't get
That
to
was
see
just
it.
all history stuff.
Maybe
For
that's what
those
they're
who
trying
didn't
to
go
do.
into the lore, for those who didn't go into lore, they might not know anything about that.
That could be what they're trying to do currently, and they're thinking, shit, we've got these new races coming over, ruining everything when we're trying to take over the current races. It makes their job difficult, and that's why they're pissed.
And that could be part of the story of, there's a few races that are trying to fight against this huge galactic empire that's taking over everything,
That would
and
be
you
interesting.
can help them.
well, it wouldn't be a full galactic empire, but
It'd be a Helios cluster
Yeah.
empire.
I mean, you know,
yeah.
today
Yeah.
a Helios cluster, next week the universe.
Mark it on your calendars, folks.
Yeah. Aim large.
I'm voting no because of the protein thing, but whatever.
I think it would be pretty cool if it's like a galactic empire that is just looming.
I want them to do new storylines.
Well,
New.
that's pretty common in science fiction.
Yeah, it's a general
Have
thing.
like
isn't it?
an evil
But I mean, like
racist
new in terms
empire.
of Mass Effect, and we've seen that with the Prothean storyline. So I want like new within.
Well,
Mass Effect,
like
you know?
Tucker just said, we didn't actually see that.
We heard about it, yeah.
We heard about it.
Well,
so
I mean,
no, I think I got the feeling that the Ket are super racist and they aren't cool with other aliens. That's
well,
just
maybe
my
not
feeling.
all of them.
I kind
Hashtag
of hope they
not
all are.
well. So
Ket.
what the thing is that they've said about
Not
the
all
Ket
Ket are
that-
racist, Minius.
Yeah.
Not all Ket. The thing about the Ket is that they're supposed to be foreboding and scary, but also they're supposed to have elements to them that we're supposed to
Well, they're so
empathize with.
cute.
Like they're not just one note. Like we're supposed to kind of like feel
How am
empathy
I supposed
towards.
to be scared of them when they're adorable looking? It's like, oh, you're so cute.
You mean like the cuddly Darkspawn
Yeah.
model that they did with Dragon Age 2?
Yes, like, look, I know I'm supposed to be scared, but you're adorable. You're not so big and bad. Let me put you in my pocket.
Okay, we all have YouTube channels. We
Oh, wait,
produce
I got-
content.
I got another question. I
Holy
got
shit,
actually one more
Tucker.
question.
We have 3.
No, it's okay.
Wow.
No,
I'm
go
okay
ahead.
with
Go
them.
ahead.
We
Yeah,
can
no,
do.
I
Let's do one
hold
more.
on. I like saying "Holy shit, Tucker." I feel like that should be the name of an episode.
Holy shit, Tucker. That should
Do
be
you want
this
us
one.
to name? Do you want us to put it as Holy
Well-
SH asterisk T Tucker?
How about Tucker? We can actually now. I'm going to stop cutting him off. He can actually give us a question.
Sure.
Maybe gosh darn
No,
Tucker.
Gosh,
Should we
holy
go with that one?
shit. Oh, gosh darn golly gosh, Tucker.
By
We do
Jove.
need to pick a name for this though.
All right, so this
By
one is
Jove,
fear.
Tuckerton.
My God! Look at the monocle cat. How dare you bring me a blanket? Sorry, Tucker. There's one of these episodes where I'm a bigger dick than Tucker. This is this one. This is, I'll admit it. It was far worse than Tucker was.
Eh.
Did he hang up? Did he hang up?
I'm
thought
here.
he might have
I
hung
was trying
up.
to find something.
Okay.
That noise. It was silence. It was like a Keep that in. That was really good.
See, we aren't hurting his feelings. He brings it on himself, people.
I don't know.
You need
Not
to keep that
always.
bit in. That was really good.
Not always.
Usually, like 99% of the time.
We have unread messages.
Fear nor Loki 1 asks, since the idea for going to Andromeda is to get new material and send it back to the Milky Way, how do you think they were going to do that?
I don't think we'll ever actually see that.
Yeah,
I think that's
well-
kind of like a background detail for logistics, but I don't think we'll ever actually
Yeah.
do anything with
I mean, I know
that.
that's
I would
the end
assume
goal.
the only way to make that work would be to create a mass relay like device between the two galaxies.
Yeah, so Mass Effect relay.
'Cause
basically.
Sending things
If we-
like 600 years later is kind of useless.
And I think if we were ever to see that, say like 5 games down the road or something, the Andromeda races would have evolved so much that you're not going to see anyone familiar, and they're going to look so different. They're all going to be green and glowing that it would fit any ending. It
Not
would
in my
be
game.
it would be regardless of. It wouldn't matter what you did, kind of something. It would be so far.
Ooh, here's a question I kind of thought.
I'm not done. It's a very fair question. I don't think this trip is fully logical.
Yeah, it's very conveniently timed and done and whatnot to continue the franchise.
All right, Tucker, go.
So far that we know of. Yeah, go Tucker. What?
But, so I was thinking, because, I mean, if this game does well, they said they're going to make more Mass Effect games. If they
They've already
make...
confirmed that they're doing that, actually. They kind of sort of confirmed that they're already, like,
no, it's in the
considering
in the
what
works.
they're going to do.
Yeah, there's nothing
yeah,
confirmed
it's kind
at
of like,
that point.
it's not greenlit, but it's like kind of like, this is what we plan on doing for the next
Yeah,
one. It's kind of already in the
not even a
works.
vertical slice. It's something before that. They're probably just on GDDs and working on that stuff. Anywho,
What's a GDD?
game development document. All right. The question I was kind of wondering was, say they make a next Mass Effect game and it involves somehow us getting back into the Milky Way in the
I doubt
current
that.
time of when Andromeda takes place.
I
I
doubt
mean, do you
that.
think of the new races that we would see?
I don't. Yeah, I think cross going back and forth is difficult because of the endings.
I just don't think it's going to happen.
Or maybe if the Milky Way race come to Andromeda, we might see new races if it's 400 years in the future. We might see new races come from the Milky Way.
I still think they're going to avoid it. It's going to be something that won't have any impact from anything we did in the trilogy, but if they did that, but I don't think they'll ever do that.
There are so many problems with going back to the Milky Way.
Or the Milky Way coming back to us or anything. It's not going to happen, I don't think, ever.
I don't think it's necessary, really, to go back.
Not saying they won't do it, but yeah. Okay, since we are up against it, apparently, what kind of videos have you guys done that are awesome and you did it recently and you want people to see?
Shall I go first?
Sure.
So I'm currently working on the Game Awards video dissecting that trailer, which is huge. I'm like barely 3 minutes in and I'm like 5 pages down. It's massive. That will be done. Eventually I will get around to doing the Game Informer article video. Also, myself, DTakes23 and GamerMD83 recently, just yesterday, interviewed Tom Taylorson, who is the voice of Scott Ryder, our protagonist in Mass Effect Andromeda. We had some audio issues, so I'm currently just cleaning that up and fixing it, but that should be up sometime this week.
Awesome. Tucker, what have you been doing?
I've actually done work. It's a fucking first.
Well, on my channel, we released earlier today and everything that we learned in November, which was made by Matt, the other video editor for Mass Effect Follower. And it covers everything that we learned in November because so much has come out that we were working on breakdowns and everything like that. So we couldn't cover the small news bits, and this covers everything that wasn't mentioned on N7 Day. Or anything about N7 Day. So, you know, it's just a little catch-up for those that may have missed the little things that slipped through.
BioFan, how long is your super ultimate video going to be?
Well,
it's going to be 45 minutes
really
long.
Fucking long. It's going to take you so long to watch that you will be retired by the end of it. But so I'm currently, by the time this podcast is out, I will have done my super duper in-depth analysis of the trailers. Those will be out, and then I'm currently working on the largest news update I have ever done. It is probably, I'm going to say, at least 30 minutes long. It'll probably maybe be longer. I don't know. We'll see. It's gigantic, and it keeps growing. It is, oh my god. So much. All the things are in there. Literally everything. Everything that ever could be. Everything. Just all the things.
All the things.
All the things.
I recently got back from Los Angeles trip where I did stuff. I got an interview with Bioware General Manager Aaron Flynn and Mass Effect producer Michael Gamble with some extra stuff. And you can see what I did at PSX on the show floor, which is basically have tons of fun. I love that event. Love that event. Wish there was something Mass Effect related at it, but it doesn't matter because it was fun.
Me and AbilityDrain did a contest that we're going to judge next episode on the podcast, where we asked you guys to send us in Mass Effect-themed jokes, and the top 4 would get t-shirts, the Andromeda Initiative and 7-Day ones. We got extras that BioWare sent us, so we were going to give those away. And we're going to pick the top few and judge them next time on the podcast, but the entry period has closed.
Yep, you can't enter
just
now.
FYI.
Take that.
Done.
If we get an email and it's past the December the 5th, then we're going to be like, nope, sorry, can't, bye.
Yeah, and we've got loads of entries, so we're sorting through those now. And hopefully we can get through and pick the top 10, and we will announce the winners next podcast. Or maybe the podcast after that, because, you know, there are
soon.
A lot. Just soon, TM.
On the topic of giveaways, we just did the giveaway the December giveaway for a follower for Mass Effect Andromeda, which is in the video. Just say what you're most looking forward to in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Cool.
Does that enter them into the contest?
Yeah, that's it. It's just what are you most excited for and why?
When's the closing date?
And so people put that in the comments, and then what do they win if they're selected?
A copy of Mass Effect Andromeda.
When's the closing date?
Whoa.
You're leaving out all the
January,
details,
and then-
Tucker.
Okay, so
Go check out the video on
They
his
do
site.
that,
We're gonna wrap this up.
and then in January, there's a new giveaway for Mass Effect Andromeda with whatever idea I come up with at that time.
Are we doing this on
I
a
bet there's
podcast,
going
or
to be
is this-
a giveaway in February too, right?
Oh yeah, well, up until the game's release.
Was
is the
there a
idea.
giveaway last month?
Every month since Mass Effect
Whoa!
Power launched?
Every
That's
month.
outrageous.
You rich.
That's because he runs a sweatshop.
That's all the nerdiness we've got for today. Join us next week as we break down the recent thing on the Mass Effect Initiative website. Go check it out. It's online right now. If you haven't,
Dogs and Nexus thing, right?
sure. Boy, I had rhythm going and it's gone.
Well, you didn't like. There's multiple things on the Mass Effect website. You gotta.
Did I not say the latest thing?
There's multiple latest things.
All the latest things, that works.
Check out things, and we're going to talk about
Welcome
it.
to Andromenerds.
The #1 Mass Effect podcast on the internet.
In the world.
If you have any questions for us, Mass Effect related or otherwise, feel free to email us at andromenerds@gmail.com, and your questions may be featured in an upcoming episode. Along with our co-hosts, be sure to follow Andromenerds on Twitter. If you like this podcast and would like to see some more awesome videos, be sure to check out and subscribe to our respective channels.
Outro music.
All right, so
Tucker derailed us again.
you derailed our segment where we're not actually doing anything.
You derailed the
Are
derailment.
you keeping all this for bloopers? 'Cause
I
that's
It's
do
great.
that.
derailed squared.
I do that in the follower chat. They'll be talking about like this entire oh, look at this Halo 5 gameplay, and then they're speculating everything. Then I'm like, guys, I just had some Taco Bell. It was fucking amazing.
We weren't even talking on the podcast, and you derailed us.
Poor Minius' soul is just like crumbling up.
Funny as hell.